It wouldn't be a Falklands farewell if the weather wasn't slightly grey, but despite the cold and rain, crowds of people turned out to wave and hoot horns to wish the James Clark Ross well on her long voyage back to the UK. This marked not only the end of her 5.5-month mission to deliver staff to Antarctica and resupply the stations for another year, but also the end of 3 decades of service with the British Antarctic Survey. She was built in the UK and launched by Her Majesty the Queen in 1990. On her maiden voyage to the Falkland Islands, current master of the ship was a third mate, and she sailed a similar route to her farewell voyage, albeit with a few issues.
On the inaugural visit here, Captain Elliot, Chris Elliot, was the master and I was the third officer. And we arrived in Port William just before lunch, and we anchored off Blanco Bay. And I rigged all the flags. And then after lunch, we came in the harbour and we steamed up to Government House. And then I was third officer. I was instructed to dip the flag, which is you pull the ensign halfway down. And then when Government House have raised their flag again, you pull your flag back up. But we actually got stuck in the mud there. It's very shallow, and there was a slight pause in our progress back up to Five Pass. So I'm going to touch wood and hope that I don't do the same.
Fortunately, on her final farewell sail up Stanley Harbour to Government House and back again was met with no issues as music played and the flags and paying off pennant flew. The pennant is traditionally the length of the ship plus an extra yard for each year of service and is flown at the end of a ship's commission.
Yeah, it's quite sad. I mean, it's been going for a long time, a lot longer than I've been at sea. So it's been nice to be it, and particularly a voyage like this, it's quite a poignant one, you know. So it's been good. Enjoyed it.
The ship contains some of the UK's most advanced facilities for oceanographic research in the polar regions.
Well, she's an incredibly capable ship, and she's very diverse in terms of the logistics and the cargo capacities, the fuel capacities. And then scientifically, she's multi-tasking with biology, geology, upper atmospherics, just about everything.
Some of the scientific achievements that were enabled by the JCR over the past 30 years include discovering 12 underwater Antarctic volcanoes in the Southern Ocean, finding that thinning ice in West Antarctica is contributing to sea levels rising globally, and the work that was completed around Tristan da Cunha led to the designation of a new marine protection zone.
Really, you know, I'm a taxi driver. I take the ship to where the scientists want it, and they do the science. But it is very interesting knowing what they're doing and trying to understand what they're doing. And yeah, it's currents, it's ice, it's the upper atmospherics. At the moment, even though we've no scientists on board, we do underway science. We've got an optical particle counter system running, which is looking for dust and particles in the atmosphere, see how clean the air is. And we're also doing carbon dioxide monitoring from water and from air sampling. So even though we're not on a specific science cruise, we're still doing science.
Before she left the Falkland Islands, the James Clark Ross crossed paths with the Pharos, which had the Commissioner for South Georgia and the South Sandwich Islands, His Excellency Nigel Phillips, on board, and he wished her well on her journey.
Well, you know you're going to receive a very warm welcome in your home port. Shame it'll be for the last time, but I hope that you're able to feel the warmth of the welcome for a historic moment, really, and all the service that you provided both to the Falkland Islands but also to Antarctic research and discovery. And as Commissioner, I just want to say thank you for all the work you've done with the territory, the bases of KP and Bird Island. It really is appreciated.
The JCR will be sold on arrival back in the UK, and she will be replaced by the Sir David Attenborough, the new state-of-the-art research vessel that has recently undertaken sea trials in the UK.
It is sad. It's 30 years of coming and going. I mean, this will be the last trip with Bass. She's still got a lot of life left in her, so we don't know who's going to buy her. I think she's an incredible ship, and she has got a future with somebody else. It'll be sad for me sailing out, but it's been an absolutely phenomenal, 30 odd years with Bass, and I can't fault it at all.